Today we are hitting an upper body hybrid workout that combines the best of calisthenics and weight training. I personally got my first calisthenics skills through both bodyweight and also weights training to build strength and muscle, which is the reason that we are doing a hybrid calisthenics workout in this video. This workout has a total of 8 exercises, should take about 40 to 60 minutes, and is focused on building strength and muscle using both calisthenics or bodyweight exercises and also weights. Make sure you do a thorough warm-up by raising your body temperature with jogging or dynamic exercises such as jumping jacks, then working through shoulder and arm warm-ups like arm circles, wrist circles, hanging scapular retractions. I made an entire video about how to warm up, so I'll link that below. I've been using a resistance band to add a little bit of resistance in my warm-up, so shoulder opening stretches like this one, also opening one side at a time. It really helps prep my shoulders. It just feels really great, especially if you happen to have stiff or sore shoulders all the time like me. This is an amazing exercise. But let's get into the workout. Exercise number 1 is wall pressaways or plyometric push-ups. If you're a beginner, start with the wall pressaways. So that's doing a wall push-up, but then pressing away from the wall so hard as you can, that you actually come off the wall. This is gonna start to train and develop your explosive strength. I'm doing the harder progression here on the floor, which is gonna be plyo push-ups, and you can keep your elbows at a 45-degree angle from your body like normal push-ups, but you can see here I'm using wide grip push-ups. That's just my personal preference when I'm doing explosive push-ups, but pick the handstands that you feel most comfortable in. The goal is to press as hard away from the floor as you can so your hands come off the floor. We're doing between 8 and 12 total reps, and with that range, do the highest number that you possibly can while still keeping your form. So if you're doing plyo push-ups and you stop being able to actually bring your hands off the floor, then you want to stop and rest until the next round. So we started with a body weight exercise. Once you've done 3 rounds of that, we're gonna move on to the weights section for exercise number 2, which is our chest press. Chest press targets your triceps, chest, and front deltoids, so you're gonna need dumbbells and a bench for this. We're gonna be doing 8 to 12 reps for 3 total rounds. As you lower your hands, think about your elbows coming close to your body, not flaring out wide, tucking them nice and close to your torso. And when you press the dumbbells back up to the top, bring them together. You wanna focus on staying in control even during the lowering portion, and pause for a second at the bottom before pressing back up to the top. Whew. And once you've finished one set, you can sit back, chill, drink some water. I rest about 45 seconds to 1 minute for these before starting my next set. And now that we've done a pressing exercise, we are going to move into a pulling exercise, which is going to be our Aussie row. So grabbing the bar with your hands about shoulder width apart, a little bit wider is okay. You're gonna pull until your chest taps the bar. And if you do 1 rep and you're like, whoa, that was really hard, just raise the bar higher and that's gonna make the exercise easier for you. You wanna control the movement, so you can see I'm lowering here for about 2 to 3 seconds before my arms are fully extended. And no rest at the bottom, moving straight onto the next rep. We are doing between 10 and 12 total reps for 3 complete rounds. And if you finish your first set and you were flying through 12 reps, like you could hit 15 reps without too much of a burn, then go ahead and either lower the bar, or if you realistically can't lower the bar anymore, you can grab a bench or a box or even a plate to elevate your feet slightly, and that'll help make the exercise more challenging. The most important thing when you're doing these exercises, other than form of course, isn't going to be how many reps you do or how many sets you do. It's going to be whether you push yourself close to failure. That's 1 to 3 reps within failure. Failure being you can't actually do any more. And ways to know that you're getting close to failure is you slow down in your movements. You can't quite push as fast or pull as fast. In order to come close to failure, if that means doing more reps than the ones that I'm giving you here, go for it, as long as it's under 20 reps or so. If you're still pushing yourself close to failure, then you're doing amazing. On to exercise number 4. This is our handstand hold. Come on, we're not doing a hybrid calisthenics workout and not doing handstand training. It's not me. And you've got 2 options here. Option 1 is the box handstand hold. So placing your feet on a box, holding as long as you can with good form. So thinking about looking between your hands, and try to think about covering your ears with your shoulders, being in a nice stacked line, hips over shoulders over wrists. And quick tip, I like to place my phone next to my hands to help keep track of how many seconds I'm able to hold for. And you want to write that down because each week you want to be able to increase that number, make it a little bit harder, add on like another second or 2 each week. The lower that the box is, the easier the exercise is gonna be. So option number 2 is your wall endurance hold. Of course, this is the more challenging option. You're gonna walk your feet up the wall so you're facing the wall while upside down. And make sure the sides around you are clear, so when you come down, if you bail out to the side, you don't hit like a squat rack like me. Same thing, look between your hands, try to cover your ears with your shoulders, really pressing your hands into the floor here. And I got a little bit fancy and started doing 1-arm taps at the end, but you do not need to do that unless you can already do a floor handstand for at least 30 seconds. We're doing our max hold for 3 total rounds before moving on to exercise number 5. which is our dips. We love and also hate dips because they're good for us, but they're freaking hard. Okay, so if you can't do dips, you do have a few options. Option number 1 is using this dip assist machine. Pick a weight that lets you do between 8 to 12 dips, with the last ones being really, really hard. Remember, close to failure here. Option number 2 is the same thing, but using a resistance band. And option number 3, if you only have a dip bar, you can perform dip negatives. For those, you're actually gonna wanna start at the top of the dip with your arms completely straight, and then lower yourself as slowly as possible, like super, 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 super slow, like turtle slow. The slower the better, because this trains your muscles in the eccentric portion of the movement, which is gonna help you build up strength so you can eventually get to that dip. If you can already do dips, that's amazing. We are doing 8 total reps. 2 cues that help me is look down when you're lowering yourself, and then when your upper arm is completely parallel with the floor and you're about to push up with your hands, you wanna look upwards. It's like a mental trick to look where you're trying to move to. Also, make sure that with your dips, your elbows are coming back at about a 45-degree angle and they're not flaring out to your sides. All right, now I know that was a hard round, so go ahead, rest 1.5 to 2 minutes or so here before our next set, which is our last calisthenics exercise before we finish off with some weights. So exercise number 6 is our tuck lever or our straight arm lat pull down. So to start with the more challenging option here, it's gonna be your tuck lever. For this one, you're just gonna need a bar. So from hanging, tuck your knees up into your chest and hold yourself in a ball as long as possible. You wanna keep your arms straight, pull your shoulder blades together and down your back, and try to get your hips parallel with the floor. If you can do the tuck lever, go ahead, do your max hold, then rest for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Since this is a more strength focused exercise, it's okay to optimize for that rest, so all your muscle fibers can be properly ready for the next set, and then repeat for a total of 3 rounds. If you can't do your tuck lever yet, then head on over to the cable machine for some straight arm lat pull downs. This is a great exercise to build up the muscle that will help you get to your tuck lever with that straight arm pulling strength. Using a straight bar cable extension, hold the bar with your hands about shoulder width apart. Starting with your arms extended at an angle upwards, keep your arms straight and shoulders down as you pull your hands towards your upper thigh. And then count to 2 as you return back up to the top. We are staying in control here. And then go ahead and repeat. I prefer to stagger my feet. It gives me a slight illusion of stability, but stand how you feel most comfortable. And we are doing 12 total reps for 3 sets, and you can rest about a minute between sets here. So I just want to remind you that at this point in the workout, it's completely mental. You're probably going to be feeling fatigued. You're probably going to be feeling tired, but it's really focusing on pushing yourself in each of these movements. It's okay if you can't hit the upper end of the rep range that I'm giving. Just push yourself so you're coming within 1 to 3 reps of failure. And good news, bad news. Bad news, we have 2 more exercises. Good news, they're both with weights and they're both isolation exercises to really target our biceps and triceps, so they're going to be less intense than the dips and tuck levers we just did. Second to last exercise, we're moving into our bicep curls. Keeping your elbows close to your sides, don't let them swing upwards as you bring the dumbbell up towards your chin. So staying in control, counting to 2 or 3 as you're lowering. And you're going to do 12 reps for 4 total rounds. I know, it's a lot, but you are tough. I know you've got this. And on those last 2 sets, if you need to lower your weight a little bit, that is completely fine. Grab slightly lighter dumbbells if you have to in order to keep that form. Stay in control. It's gonna be a burn, but you've got this. And exercise number 8, we're gonna be doing tricep extensions with the cable machine. We just did an isolation exercise for our biceps, so now it's time to show the triceps a little love. Keep your upper arms locked in place as you lower the weight and really squeeze at the bottom. If you fully squeeze, you're gonna feel that burn in your triceps. And you're gonna do 10 reps here for 3 total rounds, and then you are done. Done-so. Amazing. Don't forget to cool down. Finish with some stretching. So for the tricep stretch, bringing one arm straight overhead, bending at your elbow, and then pulling with your opposite hand. Just breathing there into that for about 10 to 20 seconds before repeating with the other side. You can also play around with thread the needle or other stretches such as across the chest tricep stretch. In my cool down, sometimes I like to practice some breath work. So breathing in for 4 counts, holding for 4 counts, and then exhaling for 6 counts. And that just helps reset me after such an intense workout and come back to normal so I can go on with my day. That is the whole workout. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments if I should do more of these. And great job smashing that workout. I will see you in the next one.